What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, we're going to talk about Shiba Inu. And I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of articles, a lot of people talking about Shiba Inu to a dollar, or can it get to a dollar, or how can it get to a dollar? And it all is around the same type of information. However, it's not really broken down in detail. And I want to, keep making some videos like this to kind of reiterate the fact that I understand what this could be, and I'm breaking down the numbers for you guys so that you understand where this burn can come from, where the decrease in the supply can come from, so the increase in the price can get to the almighty dollar that we want this to get to. I know the thought behind Dogecoin is that you can gain so much more behind this coin without getting to a dollar, without getting to a penny. However, now we're starting to get into that phase to where it's like, how can you adapt? Because we've already gotten to a certain situation where we were at 50 million or $50 billion market cap. We get to a $100 billion market cap. Now we reach that cap to where Dogecoin actually reached that. So is it similar to Dogecoin? Do you think we would see a $200 billion market cap? Or do you think we can survive with a $100 billion market cap, or a $20 billion market cap? Where do you think we have to be? And that's the almighty question, is like, where will we be in the future? How long will it take us to get to our end goal? Whether our end goal is a dollar, whether our end goal is 1 penny. How long will it take us to get there? Well, I'm going to take you through this process, take you through some of the numbers so that you guys understand exactly what needs to happen, and maybe a little bit through an article just to understand where everyone's heads are, when it comes to, I guess a lot of people have short-term mindsets. But we're going to get into all this detail. But before we get started, guys, hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, check out some of the links down below in the description. We have a lot of different stuff if you want to check that out. One of them being my merch store. If you guys want to check out my merch, profitsapparel.com. Check it out. Type it in the search bar, or just click the link down below and you'll get there. You can get one of these new shirts that we got here, and available in so many different colors. So just go ahead and check it out. But let's dive into this really quick. We can see that Shiba Inu right now, if we're looking at the last day, we actually saw a decent size increase from these lows. We saw a lot of things in the crypto market fall back, but from 2,800 up to a level of 2,300 or 2,400, or sorry, 3,400, and seeing that decrease down to a level again of 3,200 or 3,100, where it is now. A decent size gain basically today. But I don't really like how Coinbase has set all this up, because I can't really change it to understand how much we gain in a day, in a week, in a month, and all that stuff. It really just gives us the year activity, and it gives us the change right here, which is freaking weird. But we're not here to talk about that. Currently, you can see the market cap is below that $20 billion mark. It was way below that when you did see it, early this morning, somewhere around 9:10, as you did see that. The lowest point is 9:10. But $17.4 billion, we're below that $20 billion mark. The circulating supply is still around 549 trillion. So there's still around 40 trillion coins that are out there. Even if we did burn off all of these and get down to a level to where we're in the billions, we still have a ton that's out there. We still have trillions that's out there. So no matter if we get this down to 500 billion, well, now they can introduce all of those, and now we have 40.5 trillion. And that's pretty big. So currently the popularity is still 10th. You can see the typical hold time is definitely increasing. So that's definitely a plus there. Now, the reason why I wanted to create this video is because of this article here. And this article is on December 3rd, talking about SHIB to a dollar. There's always different articles, different videos that break down SHIB to a dollar and how it can get there. Now, they always go through a bunch of stuff talking about the 1 quadrillion supply, which doesn't really matter anymore, because they have to, put that in there to say that, basically some of it was gifted off, and then what you're going to do is burn off half of that supply. 410 trillion was burned off. The rest was to charity, right? You break all that down. Then you get into the important stuff where you're like, how can it really get to a dollar? How can it get to, 1 cent? Well, the main thing that we wanted to look at was the burn. A burn rate would be huge. To be able to have a burn rate based on the amount that you sell, or to have a burn rate in general, would be just amazing if they burned off, let's say, 25% per year. If they set something like that, we're burning off 25% per year, that would be amazing. But that's not the case right now. We just hope for that. We hope that they have something in place, which they are going to do a burn because of, entering the metaverse and everything like that. That would be great as well. But you can see here that when I saw that 500 trillion was given, to the co-founder, right? And then majority of the tokens were burned off. It made me think that it was a burn token, right? It's more or less not going to create an inflation. It's not going to create a self-inflation. It's going to burn off coins, and it's actually going to increase the value of those coins as we do see it burn. Now, you don't see a normal burn rate on it, but you do see the fact that people are trying to establish different ways to burn it, whether it's in the Shiba army to where people are like, hey, let's just get a burn party together. We have a concert to burn off SHIB. We have a playlist to burn off SHIB. Whatever that ends up being, they're trying to burn off Shiba Inu. As you can see here, SHIB burn playlist, to where you stream music and you burn off SHIB every time you listen to music, right? So why is this burn so important? Well, just know that when you look at a crypto, crypto is different than stock, by the way. You're not just factoring in these factors into a stock, because you have to factor in the business and how the business operates, and the cash flows, the income statement, all the different types of financial statements, the different business language that you would have that go into that business, right? And the future value of that business. Now, for crypto, it's different. Right? You really don't have a business behind it. It's a currency, right? A lot of them are going to set the end goal of being able to use that currency for buying things and all that stuff. And it's not necessarily to say, hey, this currency now has its own income statement behind it. That's not the case, right? It's not something where it's tied to a business, really. Well, we're starting to get there, but it's not really tied to a business, really, right? So what's the end goal, and how can you get the lower circulating supply? So I guess let's go with the max supply of 589 trillion. How can you say that max supply will actually make an impact if we decrease that? If we decrease it by 500 trillion, how would that make an impact? Well, you can see that the price can make an impact just by understanding what the demand is. If the demand is so high with a coin, and it's that high, right? You can create a higher market cap as you do see that grow. So what we're seeing here is the market cap will stay the same, but then the demand will actually go up. So what we'll see is the price will actually start to rise in order to catch up with that market cap, because the market cap is at $30 billion. $30 billion. It's going to stay there. And we need it to stay there. So what's going to happen? The price is going to end up going up because the demand is so high. Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm not confusing you. So if we break this down right here and we look at this chart, now this chart is basically telling me, just to give you an understanding, this chart is telling you that we have a 50% burn rate that we're going to apply to this 589 trillion supply per year. And that's just a standard burn rate that, say they wanted to do a system burn, right? If they wanted to burn off 50%, we would see this decrease to 294 trillion in the first year of holding SHIB. Now that's amazing, right? You would see that price, go down. You would see the supply where we currently stand. The market cap would be at around 8.8 billion, which is basically nothing, right? 8.8 billion, where we do see that. Now we see this, decrease more over the next year. And let's just go ahead and look at this and just bring this down these levels and see what it would end up getting to at the same price point that it's at now. So every year you would see this decrease by 50%, bringing this down to 4.4 billion, by 50%, bringing this down to 2.2 billion, right? You're seeing it decrease in value, and what it's doing is giving it a lower market cap. However, if we wanted to keep the market cap the same at these levels, we would have to increase the price to say, hey, you know what? The market cap currently is at 20. So we want it to get to 20. How are we going to get to 20? Well, let's go ahead and bring this up to 5. Oh, that's probably too high. Let's bring this back down to 1 and just hit enter. That's 30. So maybe just do this to 10. So you would just do that all around. You would say, all right, the peak point that we got to was 30 billion. We want to make sure we apply 30 billion all the way down here. And what is the price that we can end up getting this to for a $30 billion market cap. And that's what I am hung up on. I don't want to push this to a $100 billion market cap. I don't want to push this to a $200 billion market cap. I want to push this to just where it is or where it was, $30 billion. It's not that high. It's not that absurd. $50 billion could even be a point. Now, what you can say is, okay, we're down here at year 10. Year 10 will give us 575 billion. 575 billion, not trillion anymore. We were looking at 1 trillion here when we that was year 9, right? Now we're looking at this price. Well, what's going to be the price to get to, what's going to be the price to get that to, 50 or $30 billion? Well, let's look at 2 cents. What does 2 cents get us to? Well, that's $11 billion. Well, 2 cents is something that a lot of people wanted us to get to. Is that absurd to say that we're at 2 cents? Well, let's double that. 4 cents, right? Now we're at $23 billion. Let's bring it up to a level where everybody else wanted us to get to 5 cents. 5 cents is a key part or a key point for a lot of people to get to here. So 5 cents, $28.7 billion. That's what we're looking at in 10 years. Now, this could happen a lot sooner. We could see a bigger burn. We could see the SHIB army actually implement something a lot bigger. From what I heard, $10 per week, going on, right? $10 per week for every SHIB holder, which is around 1 million holders. As we apply here, $10 per week, every SHIB holder, which is 1 million, that's $10 million. If you apply that to this current price of wherever it's at, let's say it's at 0.00003, right? That's where the current price is. We would see 333 billion that's burned off per week. Now, is that enough? No. In order to get your 10-year outcome, you need 1.1 trillion. So what we need to see out of that is we could see this partnered up with a system level burn, or we could see the popularity decrease to where the actual price goes down to 0.0000, maybe 3 or 1 or whatever, right? It gets down to this level, right? Now we're looking at 33 trillion that could be burned off every single week if it gets down to a lower price. So the lower the price goes, the lower the popularity gets. Or I guess the lower the popularity gets. I always get confused with that. The better situation we're in, because $10 burns off so much more for us. If we're looking to create a Shiba army burn, right? I know we may be wasting our money to create future wealth, but I think it could be a lot bigger, and that's something that a lot of people are doing, whether it's with ticket sales, whether it's with, playlists, or whether it's with YouTube videos, right? You're looking to burn off as much as you can. I still have a burn to do, but I'm waiting for the best price to end up burning off those coins, because I have about $100 that I need to burn off, and I can't wait to do that. But what I'm waiting for is the best price to buy as much SHIB so I can burn more SHIB off. Does that make sense? So that's where I stand with it. How long is it going to take to get to this level? I can say that we'll probably see where this will be after 2022. But I'm saying right now, I have a 5 to 10 year mark that I'm going to see this get to the levels that I want it to, literally up to $1, right? And just know that this doesn't have a standard inflation on it. It doesn't have an addition, to coins. Like, it's not going to add any more coins besides the max supply that's already there, right? If the max supply is at 589 trillion, then what we're looking at is basically seeing that we cannot dilute this price anymore after the last bit is introduced. So the sooner they get this introduced, the better this overall situation is, because we can burn off all these coins all that we want to, but they still have 40 trillion that's left out there to put into the market, to put out there, so that they can end up pocketing so much out of this by just diluting the price from 500 billion to 40.5 billion. So we need to watch out for that, and we need to have some sort of a petition to push that last bit of circulating supply out there. If we get all of that out there, then we have that chance to burn off as much as we can at very, very low prices. Because if 40 trillion gets launched out there, I guarantee this price is going down. Anyways, you let me know what you think. I think this could possibly happen. We're going to know where we're headed within or after this first year, after 2022 or within 2022. But I'm thinking we could see this, before that 5-year mark. but I have a long-term goal of 5 to 10 years. So you let me know what you're thinking. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. If you guys are confused, feel free to hit me up on Discord. If you respond to me directly or you reach out to me directly, you'll definitely get a response from me. And we can always talk about this because I love to talk about this stuff and can break it down easily. Sometimes it just comes off the wrong way. So if you have trouble with it, feel free to reach out to me on there. Join the Discord group. Join the Patreon. Feel free to check out the Profit Apparel. I was going to say Profit Hands. I do have Profit Hands merch. If you want to check out profitapparel.com, the link is down below, and get your shirts today. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and catch you guys in the next one.